What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm in a bit of a bad mood. Had a rough couple of days. I just had my work table break last night, just randomly on its own, so that's awesome. And because of that, it broke my Craig jig, the K3 Craig jig. So that sucks. Then I had to go to 4 stores to try to find a replacement one. I ended up upgrading it, which is kind of cool. And then on my way home, I pull into the driveway and I realized the thing I used to record my YouTube videos, my stand, was in the middle of the road. Must have fell off my truck last night when I was using it to record a clip. So that sucks. Pretty bummed out. So now I need to make a new work table, and it's also going to be an Outfeed. It's going to be an Outfeed table / work table, and I'm going to make a little stand for it for my table saw. So I'm a little low energy. I apologize. Hoping that once I get into this, it'll brighten my mood. I apologize for any poor quality that you see in today's video. But the first step we have to do is kind of clean all of this up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna show you it. Just gotta get to work. Alright guys, so kind of move everything out of my way so I can work. This is the table I'm gonna be using. This is actually my uncle's old table. It's a really cool design. I really like how it looks. It's already been used and stuff and beat up before I got it, but this middle section right here is a leaf that I just put in. So you got this flipped over. Here's what we're dealing with underneath. They have these little latches that lock the leaflet together, but I plan to use 2x4s, and I think I'm gonna only have to make maybe 4 sets of legs, which will be nice. And then I'll use 2x4s to run it all along here and lock these into place, so I don't need any more of the latches or anything like that. But I'm gonna start by peeling off all these edge pieces that will just get in my way. Squaring these up and using my DeWalt clamps to keep them in place. So I'm gonna assemble it this way. I'll back up a little bit. And yeah, so I cut the beams that are gonna be running horizontally, 40 inches long, and then the legs are 30 inches long. So when you add in the 1.5 inches at the top and the bottom there, it comes out to 33 inches tall. Plus it's gonna be on wheels, so it'll sit a lot higher than what my table saw is currently at. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, less talking, more doing. So as you can see, this first set of legs is done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the second one. So I finished up the second set of legs yonder. All right guys, so as you can see, first time using that K4 Craig jig for the pocket holes. Worked pretty good, very easy. Just read the instructions real quick, which was helpful. So got that done. So the next thing is gonna be to assemble this together. So I got the bottom pieces cut. I got them jigged. Now the only thing I have left to do is secure them, obviously, to the frame. And then this portion of the project will be done. Secure down to the tabletop. As of right now, nothing's coming off, so that's always a good sign. The next thing we're gonna do is on the leaf section right here, I'm gonna put beams to further support that, and then we're gonna put a middle beam between the bottom. Maybe we'll do 4. I got enough spare, so we'll probably do the 4 all across the bottom, or 2 on the bottom, 2 on the actual bottom. So we'll get those cut, jigged, and secured, and then hopefully we'll get this thing flipped. Got the bottom beams pocket holed in, as well as securing them to the top right there, just 4 screws. And so instead of flipping this over and doing the same process, we actually were able to get these in, and we just used our clamps to hold them in place so that they don't move. So just got to jig these in as well. For the bottom platform on top here, we simply lay the plywood over the framing, trace the frame out, There's the back line over there. So all I'm gonna do is take my circular saw and just rip these cuts down. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got the square all cut out perfectly. Well, rectangle, sorry. Next, what we did is we traced out the corner posts on the sheet so that this piece can actually rest on the bottom braces that I made. We are gonna make the table saw add-on. I've been debating how I want to do this in my head all night, and I think I figured it out. It's gonna be a little bit of a two-parter, but it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna like it. That's what I'm telling myself. But simple enough. We're just gonna add on a 2 foot wide section, 2 foot deep section right here for the table saw. It's gonna be 40 inches wide still, so we need to start framing that out. For the part of the table saw, the next thing we need to do is have this be 2 feet deep. So obviously, same principle as before. To combine, these are 7 inches. So to have it be 2 feet, we need to cut some 2x4s to 17 inches. All of the framing done for the table saw section. I'm gonna put the 1/2 inch plywood on top, trace it out to the top shape. Funny story, true story. I don't have any 3/4 inch plywood big enough to fit this. However, I do have this old desk from my buddy. So, we're gonna repurpose that as well. As you can see, I cut the table to the dimensions of the thing, messed that up a little bit, so I'm gonna make sure that's the part that feeds into the table. But we got everything clamped on there. Honestly, having 4 12-inch pistol grip clamps, game changers. So, I got these secured in place. I'm gonna pre-drill with my drill and then secure them with the impact driver. All right, guys, so I got the top secured on there. Now the next step is I marked the width of the dust collector, which you can kind of see down there. Oops, no you can't, one second. There, so that green lid right there, that's where the dust shoots out, and obviously it would just shoot onto here. So I'm gonna cut out a hole so that I can fit my dust collector bag through the bottom up and secure it on that way. So I'll still have some good dust collection. Also, had a pretty decent idea. Remember these from the original piece of the tabletop? We are going to use these and we're going to secure them to the sides right here, 2 on each side. That way I can separate the different pieces when I only need the tabletop versus when I need both. So I'm going to do these first and then I'll get to cutting out the hole for the dust collector. Good. I took this apart. I'm gonna have to flip this as well. But now it's time to put on our casters. These are the same casters I used on my miter station. I might actually have to rip those off for a bonus little thing I might do either in this video, because I don't think it'll be long enough to make it its own video. I don't know. Anyways, so 4-inch casters, 250-pound capacity. Oh, do I know how to work a phone? These bad boys are gonna go right here. Bada boom, bada bang. So we're gonna do that 4 corners on here, the 4 corners on there. I'm hoping I don't need more than 4 there, but only time will tell. And just like that, we are done with this build. This turned out so good. I'm so happy with how it moves, how it's functioning with all the weight on it. This thing flies now. This is actually like my 3rd time recording this clip because A, I changed the spacing on these wheels. They kept colliding into each other and actually made the mobility of this way more difficult than it should have been. And then I also added in some side support braces right here just to make everything a little more sturdy. But overall, I love how this turned out. The workbench is right at my waist, as well as the table saw, obviously. But I finally have a good surface to work on, a solid surface to work on, and this turned out great. So, with that being said, I can finally end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please like the video, leave a comment below. What do you think of this? Any suggestions as to how I can modify this, make it better? Anything I could have done better throughout this build process, also let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell. Don't forget to keep God number one. Have a great day. God bless.